afternoon and welcome to Jolly Life here on CEMTV. How are you doing? It is a very wonderful afternoon here on CEMTV. It has been slightly rainy. It has been a little bit, drizzly and wet. But on the bright side, it has been calm. It hasn't been heavy rain, flooding everywhere. No. It has just been calm rain, the kind of rain that is like, let me just fall small, just very small. I'm not going to fall like that, so I'll just, fall in a way that will just water the plants, wet the ground a bit, and I'll just go on my way. So give or take, the rains have not left. That's why I have joy in my body. I'm very happy. My name is Emmanuel Tamuno Tenari, but you can call me Tammy for short. And of course, I'm not alone in the studio. I have with me the weather oracle herself, the Ingen Jim one, the one that raised her staff and said rain will fall today, and it fell today. We have Vera Philip with us here. Good afternoon, our oracle.
This intro scares me all the time because I'm wondering, do I have a shrine somewhere that I'm not aware of?
Are you getting this your shrine?
Do I receive sacrifices I'm not aware of?
Yes, you receive sacrifices. Yes.
Where is the sacrifice? Ask for my account number, please. I'm a digital odogu. I'm a digital odogu. I collect in transfers. So please, let me start dishing out my account number now. So, tell me, good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good. I'm happy because, it's been a little bit since I saw or heard rainfall. Mostly just drizzles and rain.
Today is basically drizzling too.
Yeah.
So it makes you unhappy, huh?
No, not unhappy. Like, normally the rain just floats around like snow. But today it was like a little bit substantial, and I was able to nod my head and say yes, that cool feeling of knowing that rain is falling. I don't know about you, but it just gives me peace of mind, knowing that rain is falling, everywhere is cool, everywhere is chill, everywhere is calm. I just had that joy. So today, this afternoon, that joy just for my body.
Me too. I think that I'm just happy that today is Tuesday. I'm happy that today is another day. See, I think I've expressed it on the show. I'm always happy when time is moving so fast. I don't even know where I'm rushing to. I don't know what's happening next. Like, how can I not know what's happening next? But yet I want the next thing to happen. It's funny for me too, but I'm always anticipating. Like, once it's the end of day, I'm like, thank God, let's get the next day done.
Yeah.
And Mondays can be very heavy because there's a lot of anticipation from Friday.
True.
So once we are done with Monday, I'm super excited. And of course, the fact that we are done with the busy morning and we're here to just relax and have fun. I'm sure you're here to enjoy yourself as well, because you've had a tough time this morning, or maybe not tough, but a busy morning. But at the end of the day, we're just here to just relax, have a conversation, and of course, bring jolly to your life. And of course, he had mentioned my name already. I don't need to mention. Or do I need to? I am Vera the Philip. Welcome to Jolly Life once again. So tell me, what are we talking about today? Who are we dissecting today?
We are dissecting.
Are we entering today?
Kano State.
Yeah.
We took it in the morning, and we need to look at it from another angle now, because mass wedding. Do you know what it means? When you don't understand? See, we've gotten to an age that is so digital that we see big numbers that we can't even conceptualize how massive the numbers are. Especially, let me use social media as an example. You see somebody that they say 100 people are following me, and it's like just 100. They go to war with 100 people. So when they say 100 followers, 200 followers, that's if we are assuming and taking away the bots and all of that. Those are 100 individual people that saw you and said, I want to follow you. So it's not small number. Come to talk of 1,000, 10 times that amount, 1,500 people. Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
1,500 people. All of them got married. And somehow you are still single. I don't want to pull some strings with that one. But for real though, like, Vera, I don't know whether to say this is a dream come true for some people.
It is.
Or if this is... No, look at it from this angle. It's like... how will I put this thing now that it won't sound like I'm being condescending? Okay, let me put it this way. when you want to get married, marriage is seen as this beautiful love story, or rather the culmination of this experience of a love story, the climax, the peak of a love story. Because of course, when you think of any love story, getting to know each other, that's the intro, you see the ups and downs, and then the story is getting close to the climax, to the pinnacle, to the apex. And it's like, once it gets to this level, now marry to marry. That's why, because it's the truth. That's why at certain points in a relationship, even some friends will ask you, oh boy, you never married this girl, or a girl, you never married this man, or your parents will ask you, all these white people have been dating, you guys have not married yet. So marriage is seen as the pinnacle of any love story. And now it's now like this, combination, this accumulation of love should be expressed in a way that makes the day memorable. And then it's now a matter of, you cannot get it done. It's the government that has to do it for you. Vera, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Like, don't you think that would make it seem somehow? Because it's like, now you want to marry this person. Now you want, betroth this person. Now you want to become man and wife. So for government to not come and tell you, we know you can't do this thing by yourself. So let's help you. This one, now the government help you pay the dowry and the buy price. Not be the government don't marry the girl for you, be that. So like if you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, it's actually to ease up, the number of single people we have in the world. Especially Kano, as it is now. And also, even if the government is marrying this person for you, do you love yourselves enough? What's the center of you people's marriage? It's definitely not the government. The government just helps to bring you both together, to make you people legal. But at the end of the day, marriage has happened. A lot of people, I think the other day I was watching Pastor Jim Adukaya, church, and there was this guy that came to give a testimony, and in the testimony he talked about how his fiance was there for him in a hard time while he was celebrating his birthday.
Wow.
And before you know what happened in this church, they had booked everywhere for his wedding in church.
Oh.
Like literally from the dress to his suit. Somebody said he was going to provide dress. Somebody said he was going to. Now the wedding was supposed to be the follow, like this is 2026, 2027, I think October or August.
Yeah.
And then he had to beg him to move it forward. If it can't happen this year October, then it has to happen in April. But it's not going down to October of next year.
Yeah.
Because in that moment, like everybody donated everything that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That it has gotten to the climax. Some people are like, "What? You supposed to?"
Everybody paid. Somebody paid for the hall right there. Somebody paid for makeup. Somebody paid for drinks, for food. They paid for literally everything there in church, like everything. And it doesn't mean that it is the church that not married both of them. Yes, the church married both of them, or people in church have contributed, but it doesn't mean that both of them do not just get married. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how it is that the marriage has happened. It does matter if you're using the wrong route, but if you're doing it the right way, people are marrying, donating or helping out in making that happen. It doesn't matter. What matters now is what you build out of that marriage. And of course, first of all, if the wife's parents are of course informed and aware and have given their blessings, so that, because that's the right way to marry. So once that has happened, whether it is a church or your community or your state government that married you people, or that provided
that exactly
whatever the finances or the facilities that you needed for the wedding, it doesn't matter. What happens now that is that you're married and what you make out of your marriage. So there are people that set committee, and the committee is responsible for everything that happens in the marriage. Would you say that it's the committee that married them? So different people get different. Some people, their parents sponsor their entire wedding. Some people, their parents marry.
I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But now, I want to look at it from there. Like the sentiment. It's just like, for example, now I'm like, oh Vera, I want to, get you this thing because I like you, and then you are there, and I'm like, oh, this person, give me this one. I want to get her this thing. Give me this one. Give me this one. Give me this one. Give me this one. And I have to take and pack, and I'm like, oh yeah, look at that thing I said I'm going to get to you for you. You understand what I mean? Like doesn't it kind of tell on my own ability to take care of you? You understand where I'm coming from? Because what the government did, I'm not saying what they did was bad, you understand, but they went to the point of providing what any person that is getting married should or wants to get married or plans to get married should already have.
Was that a barrier for them to get married? Yes.
Yes.
Was it provided?
But then if you needed that to be done to get married, don't you think that already severs not only the sentiment of the marriage, because the sentiment in the sense that we know that in traditions they will say, how well can you take care of my daughter? Like, are you educated enough?
But are we aware though that two people coming together, I won't use it as example for this marriage, because obviously some people here probably got married to their second or third wives.
Yes, of course.
So I'm going to use the institution of marrying one man to one wife.
Monogamy. Do
you realize that it actually makes life easier for you, two people coming together to plan your lives, than doing it individually?
I mean, I do understand it makes things easier.
I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
So most of the times, what makes marriage difficult, or what makes people not want to marry, is not because in the marriage themselves or in the marriage itself they can't survive. It's because of it's like when you want to start a business, or you say you want to start a business. The reason you procrastinate that business is not because you can't do that business well, or you've not already mapped out how that business should go, or you will not do well in the business, but because you don't have a capital. So before you even do business, you need a capital to start the business. Because you don't have a capital, you can't even do the business. And that's the same thing in marriage. Because you do not have the capital to do the marriage, you can't do it. Some people, why do you think now some people are in a relationship? Some people are married in that relationship. The only difference is that they're doing husband and wife duties in the relationship. Yeah. The only thing that they're not married. So relationship is better, like being together is better, it's easier. Right? The problem is the capital that they need to be together, which we already talked about on the high side, how it is now. But the capital to be together is the problem now. And a lot of people cannot afford that capital.
And then the argument now is, because even when you go online to people sharing their thoughts, the one thing people have been echoing is that if you don't have these necessities to start a family, how can we then trust that you have what it takes to keep the family? Because if we can see pictures of what was given to them, they gave them whole furnitures, they gave them bed, they gave them curtains, they gave them a whole lot of things. If we can have those pictures shown to us, they gave them a whole lot. You can see, gave them bags of rice, wrappers, bed sheets, duvets, oil, pillows, bed bed stand. You can see the bed stand, the side table.
But now, government,
cupboard now.
Hey, but look at
that cupboard, maybe double decker cupboard.
No, but I'm happy they gave them all of this.
No, I'm happy they gave them all of that. But like, you want to get married, you want to have a family, and someone sees it as a necessity to need to give you bed.
Well, first of all, the government thought it wise to give it to them, right? And I don't think that is a bad thing, because first of all, if you're getting married, people's idea or thought process of what to give you, if it's not foodstuffs, it's definitely or furnitures. That's what we give, because that's what you're going to use to start off your home. So even in marriage, normal marriage, if you tell me you're getting married, right? My thought process is, what kind of gift can I give to you? And the kind of gift I can give to you will definitely center around your home. Because why? You're moving into a new place. Now,
understand where I'm going. What you're saying makes sense, but it's like we're going off of the basis that it's because you did not have this thing. Like you said, we're not using this as an example now. We're just saying that for people that cannot or could not or have not gotten married because they lack these things.
No. I think this is like, souvenir that comes with the marriage.
Bed not souvenir.
Yes, no. The great is yes.
Bed not souvenir.
Absolutely, for a wedding, absolutely, and that's what the state government wants to give to support them, and that's okay. To me, it's perfect, 100%. If you're sending people to a new home, it's not as if they don't have it. Now, the thought process is not that they don't have it, but what do you think they will need in their new home? It's like somebody saying, "I'm graduating today," and you are supposed to give the person graduation gift,
okay,
and you now go and buy the person bed. You see, it does not make any sense. But if I say I'm graduating,
but then as you're graduating, what if you're moving from hostel and you don't have where to stay? Is bed not still a good choice?
That means
no, now, because as you're graduating, what if you lived in hostel or you live off camp? Is it in your off camp that you continue to live?
No.
Won't you move to a new place?
Yeah.
And as a student, don't you know some students who are sleeping on the floor?
That's close by. So yeah, that argument is right. But what I'm trying to say at the end of the day is that you're going to think for what this person is going to need for this for the next phase of their life. I cannot be telling you I'm having a child dedication and you're giving me a wedding dress. Yeah, so you're going to center things around my baby, because I mean, of course, that's my baby, you know?
I mean, I could give it for your baby now. Yeah. I will do that. I should do that to somebody. I'll give them wedding dress. I say this is for your baby in 20 years.
See, I don't know what's wrong with that. The thought process is basically to give out gifts that is significant to the person's celebration or to the person's wins.
Yeah,
especially the wins you're celebrating with the person. So in this case, the state government is celebrating marriage with these people, and it's very common. What's the next thing they'll need? I mean, they're about to get into their marriage. What's the next thing they'll need? Food, and of course a bed to produce children. You know, you need to. Do you understand? So
they don't understand.
So it's a necessity. You get whether they have it or they don't have it. It's a necessity. Something you think about when you're giving out gifts. And that even when you're giving out gifts to newly married people, you're not giving out the gifts as you're thinking that, oh, you know, this is what we want, or this is what it is. Like, you're not thinking about, oh, what it is I should give to this person. You're thinking about what it is this person will need, whether they have it or not. What is that you will need. So basically that's it.
Now another thing is that they gave each couple 100,000.
I feel like I know the argument you want to bring there. But let me let you laugh.
Okay, no. Say it. No, because I actually want you to say it to know if, you know, that's where I was. And I would be very impressed if you actually get it. So, where am I going to?
What 100,000 I will do for them?
Clap for better.
So
it means you're in the spirit.
It's not even a thing of in the spirit. It's realistic. What 100,000? How far 100,000? I'm like, let's even start from family members that already know that they are married now. That are collect their share. Exactly. So yeah, I can't understand that. And at the same time, see, the government cannot do everything for us. You get the government cannot do everything for you as a human being. You need to 100,000 naira is enough as a gift. Coming from the state government, adding that's not the only
thing. I mean, it wasn't really a gift. It was more or less use and start business.
Yeah, to me it is.
It's capital.
It's capital. 100,000 is a capital. Okay,
no, because that's what they say. It's for you know, it's business grants. You know, for the brides and 100K for the dowry. So they gave them 100K for business grants. That's the wives. You know, give them 100K to start business, to, you know, do something, to get something running with the 100K, not to spend it and chop or to spend it and, you know, flex life. No, it was a business grant. Basically, it was capital to start business. This is our own investment into your future as a family. Use this and start business. So that 100K is capital. Like, which business, like out of the 1,500?
Well, you can start with you know, first ladies, you know, advice. You can start with kuli akara. I mean, she said you need like 50,000 to start businesses like that. So you can start with that. And to me, the state government have gone far. But then we also we are, how do I put this? We are building 1,500 people, or let's say families, you know, to engage in small businesses. What is the thought for people who are going to actually bring multinational businesses, for people who are going to raise the stakes of our economy?
Yeah. Because even if they were to take the advice that you said, I think that would even cause oversaturation of the market. Yeah. Because when there is the same business
going on,
it will lose value.
Well,
demand will drop.
It can be different. And of course, in different locations. For example, I mean, there are over 1,000 people selling akara in these Port Harcourt, you know, alone. And the thing is, they're all in different locations. So at the end of the day, just go where people are not plenty, you know, and then start off your own. But of course, I also understand that concern. That concern is important. We also have other business. It doesn't have to necessarily be akara. doesn't have to necessarily be quickly. In short, you can even start anything basically with your 100 motivational speakers.
100,000 naira can take you 100,000 steps.
I started my poetry business with just a feather. Let's be realistic, right? We are human beings, and of course, let's be realistic. What kind of business can be done with 100,000?
Yeah.
You know, we can even depends on the level of education. You know, some others can even go as far as taking up maybe what it is they studied in school. You know, as a job. You know, a lot of things. Honestly, you just need to research. You need to be comfortable with something and research about it, and then put in the small that you can put in. You know. There are businesses that you can start with that amount, but at the end of the day, as I said, government should not do everything for you. You need to also like try as much as you can to help yourself as well. Seeing that we are, you know, in the states that we are in. You mentioned also about providing job opportunities, and I hope that, you know, job opportunities have also been offered to these people aside the money that's been given to them. Maybe some of them,
I mean, none that we heard of, but
skill acquisition, but we should get there, you know, hopefully. I mean, we applaud the state government, Kano state government, for this, you know, a huge achievement, and we're hoping that things are put in place. You know, structures are put in place. They help this 1,500 married couple now to live a realistic life, and by realistic life, they don't have to suffer. They don't also have to live above their means. You know, just live within their means, and I hope that, you know, that will be made easy for them. I hear food is cheap in Kano anyway.
Oh yeah, so I've heard as well. I've heard food is rather, you know, affordable over there. At the same time too, they have their own problems.
Yeah, obviously.
One thing with my you know, relatives there, when they talk about the heat, I'm like, look, I can't go to Kano.
When I
personally, it's too hot.
Yeah, when I do the weather report, sometimes I'm always worried about what's going to be happening in Kano.
Yeah.
Once it gets to Kano, I'm like, oh, what?
It's always dry, always hot. And even when I watch the weather, but if the days you go to Kano, I'm like, Kano, rain? How? Where?
And it
Why?
falls sometimes. You know, we're in the rainy season, so yeah, it falls in Kano as well. But you do Kano during the dry season. Hey,
it's not so me. I can't.
Yeah. But that's the problem that living there, how do I call it? Living there, obviously, for a long time, will make you get used to it. Like, you know, some people that live in Jos, if you go to Jos now,
I will love Jos. I will love Jos. That's not a debate.
I will love Jos. But if I go to Jos now, I could most likely run back, you know, because of the cold. But at the same time, if I stay there for a long period of time, I'll begin to adapt to it. So yeah, it happens as well. Even people who stay in Kano, maybe at first it will be tough, but as you keep going, your body just adapts to.
I won't give my body the time. I would have
become better.
The time I went to Abuja, that I joined my friend to climb a mountain, it was like I did not want to go down.
Wow.
Vera, it was so cold. Like too cool. Like it was look, it was a surreal experience. I don't really even know the words to use to express to you how beautiful of an experience it was. Of course, climbing up was stressful. And we're at the top, just keep going. The only thing that kept saving me was my earpiece. It was my music, blasting music, ignoring everything. We climbed, sometimes we'll sit down, wait, talk. Like, it took us several hours before we got to the top. I think it took us, give or take, 3 hours or 4 hours before we got to the top. To me, I thought we were trekking to a village. It was when we got to the top and I looked back that I saw that, oh wow, like the point of elevation is massive. So, and it was so cool. Like, no, it was beautiful. I was like, if I can have the entirety of Nigeria like this, the atmosphere like this, I'll be happy.
Well, that's the beauty of diversity. I don't think that we can ever have the whole of Nigeria like that.
That's the unfortunate thing.
Yeah, we need to have some parts. I mean, what's the beauty in having everything look the same or everywhere have the same? No, that's not good. It's boring.
That one is true.
Even the God that created the heavens and the earth, he was very aware, and he made snow fall in some parts, rain fall in some parts. He gave us diversity, you know, because it's good.
And the same, you know, the diversity is so beautiful that some places have natural disasters. So be careful of the type of diversity you're wishing for. Some places they have tsunamis, they have earthquake. Is it not in where is it that they experienced an earthquake that was bringing down buildings. So in as much as diversity
those are like the natural disasters that we are not so proud of, that we hope, you know,
also
that
we get them now, so it's to thank God.
Yes,
another thing I noticed where in that Kano State wahala is that they did something that I loved it. I loved it, and honestly, I think it should be mandated. Before, I know it is advised, but I think it should be mandated before anybody gets married. That is doing compulsory medical checkups. Very, very mandated, because number one, you need to know your genotype. You need to know if you have any dormant, you know, genetic diseases. You need to know if you have any, you know, reactions, because there's some people that their genetics may not align with this person's genetics. So you need to know all of these issues. You need to know if you are compatible for this person, and if a future having children is feasible.
Yeah,
I'm tired of, if I tell you how many people I've heard that they either say inshallah or God will do it when they say that they are AS and the person they want to marry, or their girlfriend, or you know, the person they are interested in is AS, and like love is love. God, the reason God made me fall in love with this person is because he can do it. And I'm like, the God that purposely gave you people different blood types that will not align in a million years, unless you are extremely lucky, did he make mistake?
but then I have an argument about that situation, you know, because people that are like AS, you know, and I'm trying to not be you know, partial in this comment. People that
Why
are
do you
AS,
want to be partial?
no, what I'm saying is people that are AS are very blessed, in the sense that, you know, I'm not saying that those that are not, or people that are AA, are very blessed, you know, and I'm not saying those that are AS are not blessed, but I'm trying to say people that are AS are, you know,
they're lucky.
at a place where they can basically, for example, you can be having a good, and this thing, I'm saying it from a place that I have witnessed it happen not once, not twice. People, you know, if you're AA and then you find something that you know you want for your life, right? And you're not at liberty to not be with that person because of your health conditions. Most times the AS people, they find people, not most times, sometimes they find people that they are most compatible with, people they love, but then there is, of course, the health situation, and they cannot be together, right? Isn't that unfair to them, given that finding partners is not as easy as, you know, saying it's not as easy as, oh, just leave this one. And also with these people that always say, oh, we want to still be with each other regardless, you can obviously see that they are in love with each other and of course obsessed with each other. You know, so that is the, because on a normal day, if someone is not really that okay for you, or they're not a good person, or you know, you're not compatible with the person, and then there is your health condition that says you can't be with this person, the easiest thing would be to walk away, right? But for people who cannot walk away, or people who try to walk away but can't walk away, is it fair to them? Is it fair to them?
It's not a matter of fair or not.
But it's not fair to them.
Look, when it comes to nature,
barriers are being broken down.
No, look, what I'm telling you is that,
do you think that we'll get to a point, not to cut you short, but do you think that we'll get to a point where this won't matter because of the science, you know?
I mean, Vera, we've gotten to a point where we're close to gender not mattering, so I think we will break the genotype code.
So for now, the people who are not there need to,
I mean, we have people doing gender reassignment surgery, men becoming women, women becoming men. So is it the genotype? It's just a matter of time. I know that with time, that will change. But there was a time where HIV was considered a death sentence. But now look at it. Someone can live with HIV, they can have a child, they can get married without passing it on, and without having it graduate into AIDS. So when it comes to medicine, nothing is impossible. I know, given enough time, we will get to that point. But for now, it is unfair. Yes, but it is nature. Is it unfair in the sense that it is man-made? No. Nobody caused it. It just is. That's the way human beings were created. As far as we know back, there have been different genotypes. AS, AC, SS, SC, AA, all of them. And each genotype have who they're compatible with, and they have who they're not compatible with. It's the same thing with the blood types and blood groups. AB, O negative, O positive, plus the rhesus factors. All these things are nature given. There are people that now they need blood transplant, but they can't get it because they can only get from one blood type. Is it fair? No. But it is reality. So, in as much as life has dealt you that nasty hand, the best thing you can do for yourself is to walk. You always have that choice to walk away, because if you don't walk away, you are not only endangering yourself, you're endangering the other person and the future you're going to have together. Because what you're doing, it's a mathematical equation. It's not artistic that you say results may vary. No. It is an equation. It has fixed sets of answers. Only a very few amount can be, and it's so minuscule that it's still considered a miracle.
Yeah.
That's how minuscule it is. That when it doesn't happen, they're like, okay, this is not normal. I mean, it happens, but it's extremely rare. You're one of the few. It's a miracle. But do you really want to risk that miracle? There are lots of people that they've been in the same situation. They've probably even been more in love than you. And they had that child. And the child comes out having sickle cell. Or the child comes out having a near brush with sickle cell. Or some people that they just walk away because it's like, I love you, I want to be with you, but our genotypes just don't match. So that's why I'm like, look, it's painful, it's a horrible experience, it is not fair
To the child.
to the like, it's not fair to you, that, and it would be unfair to the child if you that was dealt the unfair hand decide to take that gamble. It would be unfair to the child that you're going to have to say, oh, because you know it's not fair, I love this person, we'll make it work somehow. It's not fair to the child you're going to have. Because when the child starts going through pains, when the child starts experiencing these things, or when they are told, they go diagnostic and they tell them, look, you're not going to live long, or you're going to need to stay away from this, that, in order to live a full life. And they ask you, mommy, daddy, why am I like this? Why do I have this issue? Why don't, and you have other children, let's say you're lucky. Your first child comes out free. Your second child comes out free. And you're gunning for a third one, and it's the third one that comes out a carrier. It's a gamble. And it's not fair to the child to be brought into that type of life. So, it's not fair, but it is what it is. Which is why I now wanted to ask, like, shouldn't it be mandated? That's why I say it is advised, yes. But don't you think it should be mandated? Because there are people that still have that mindset that God will do it for me. God will change my genotype. Or God will make me the lucky one. Or God will this, or God will that. Or let's just try our luck. I love you too much to let you go. Don't you think it should be mandated that, look, when you want to get married, if you want to do a court wedding, which of course you will need to do a court wedding, the court will mandate you to run a test to be sure that you people are compatible. It's just like what the government did here. Out of the 1,500, they screened them and ensured that they are compatible.
Yeah.
Even though they did not come out to say it, but I'm sure it's not everyone that passed that screening.
And of course, 5,000 people and 1,500 people only picked.
It's not everyone that passed that screening. So not everyone was compatible. And guess what? They may have been in love. They may have been wanting to marry. They may have already been living as husband and wife.
What
but
if
just
they
been
go and
waiting.
marry? What if they just go and do their own marriage now?
That's why I'm saying it should be mandated, because if they want to get married, they will need to do a court wedding. If not, it will not be legally recognized by the Federal
I don't know
Republic
about
of Nigeria.
traditionally, but I do know that the court and the church make room for situations like that. Not
That's what I'm saying. It is
situations-
advice. It's not like they mandate you to do it.
I think some churches mandate you to do.
Churches do.
Yeah, churches do.
As far as I'm aware,
don't
I
know
haven't seen
about
any
the
church that
court.
says before you get married in my church, you need to run genotype tests to see if you are compatible. I
Yeah,
haven't,
churches do that. Churches do that. You need to. Yeah,
I'm not
churches
aware of
do
that. I haven't seen any church
Well,
or
some
heard any
people
church
don't get
do that.
married only through church means. Some people get married through the court. Some people get married just traditionally. You know, it's still an accepted form of marriage. So I think maybe it should be mandatory for even traditional marriages, or you know, to actually even maybe in cohabiting, because that's how some people even get married.
Get
Some
married
people
and have kids. Yeah.
some people just cohabit, they don't even get married. Or some people, baby mama and baby daddy, so I think it should be like mandatory in terms of even giving birth to a child, because now marriage is not, it's not the gateway to having children. People have children other ways. So I think aside that, it should be mandatory.
I mean,
so
that is
even
why
if you're
those
giving birth to a
children are
child,
called illegitimate children,
But it
because
will
they're
lead-
not
don't you-
recognized by the law.
they aren't recognized by the law.
When you have a child outside of wedlock, and wedlock, and I'm not considering the Christian wedding, because Christian wedding is in no way binding by the law. I'm talking about the court wedding, because you can have Christian wedding, have traditional wedding. If you don't have court wedding, you can have a divorce, or you can just separate from the person and then go and marry again. The person has no holding on you. Granted, there may be some loopholes that can be exploited, but the person will not have any holding on you compared to when your document is in the court that these people are considered married by the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So when it comes to legal marriage and you want to have legitimate children, I think it should be emphasized, because the children, that's basically the definition of an illegitimate child, a child born outside of wedlock. So it's not an insult, it's semantics, it's just the meaning of words. Because I know the Nollywood and Nigerian films and foreign films have twisted this illegitimate child word to become an insult. So when someone has a child out of wedlock and someone says, oh, that's an illegitimate child, they're like, are you calling my child a this? Are you calling my... No, it's just the meaning of the word. It's just like someone coming to tell you, oh, you're a black man, and you're like, black man, are you calling me a slave? Are you calling me a... No, I'm just saying what the word is, because it will be too long to say that's a child born out of wedlock. That's a mouthful, you know. So for children, I mean, of course, I don't think it's illegal to have an illegitimate child, you know. So I think that these measures should be put in place, because we shouldn't be having children still suffering from avoidable problems. These problems are avoidable. That's why I said I really admire the Kano state government for taking it seriously, that they had to screen them, to ensure that. Speaking of mandating, if I want to shake the Bonavera, I'll say another thing that should be mandated is you know, DNA testing once the child is born. You understand?
That's going too far. I think that means the father and the mother. I don't think anybody should be involved in DNA testing aside from the parents. I mean, the father of the child or the mother of the child want to know.
I mean, sure. I mean, it's kind of counterintuitive to do a DNA test for the mother of the child. I mean, like, come on. You know that it is the mother, so...
Is it? Some hospitals could...
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Like, I don't want to, you know, I know it happens, but I don't really want to go into that as the norm. You get that, oh, this happens, so it must be checked because of course the DNA test will come from both paternal and maternal. So it will show you if this person is a 100% match or 99.9% match to the father and the mother. I think it's the mother that even comes out first, depending on which, you know, you go for. But regardless, I just wanted to throw that one in as the jest, as a joke. But there are 5,000 single people. 5,000 single people, be honest. Do you think if that opportunity was given in Rivers State, we would have the same number rushing?
That's why I said population matters, and population is bigger in Kano than here in Rivers State. So I don't think we'll have 5,000 people, but we'll still have people. I can't estimate a number, but I do know that we'll have people who would want to buy into the idea.
Honestly,
there are some people that just cohabiting, they haven't gotten married, and something
that's the
like
thing.
this
Do you
that
think
they
they
need.
would actually want to get married?
Why would they want
Because,
to?
you know, some people, they
It's not going to be everybody, but just the same way as there are people who would not want to, there are people who would want to. So I do believe that there's going to be a large number of people who would want to, who would take up the opportunity. So much, yeah.
Well, Vera has given her giving. As for me, I think that it's you know, very debatable, because the people I know get a CV. Once again, kudos to the Kano state government, you know, for hearing the cries of their people. I know that there's going to be some ups and downs about the matter. If you go online there is already some backlash that has to do with, the mass weddings, is considering the fact that some of them were polygamous in nature and some of them were what some would call less than ideal. But I think, the fact that the Kano state government kept a promise that it made to its people, give or take, it's something to congratulate. That's the most we can take on Jolly Life today. I do hope you enjoyed yourself, because me, I know I did, Overa. I hope you enjoyed yourself too.
Absolutely, I did. Thank you so much for joining us for Jolly Life today. We are definitely encouraging you, just like the government of of Kano State. The government of Kano State have done to their people, to their citizens. We are definitely also encouraging you. Marriage doesn't always have to start off big with a big wedding. It can start off with, first of all, meeting the family of the bride, taking things slow. But at the end of the day, if you have marriage in plans, take steps, do something, make it small. Do not be pressured. But we're encouraging people who actually have found their soulmates to get married to their soulmate before somebody will snatch that soulmate from you and get married to them. Yes, thank you once again for joining us on Jolly Life.
And of course, we will see you in the next one. I am Emmanuel Tamon Otenari, but you can call me Tammy for short. Don't go anywhere. CEMTV still has a lot for your entertainment.